we have Google Analytics running. It's just a piece of code you put on all your pages. And what it does is it tracks all the users and their activity and all kinds of stuff about your website. So you can look at all those numbers. So we'll look at one for as an example. Kind of overwhelming because there's so many numbers on here, and I don't know if you'll ever really look at these reports or not, but I'll kind of show you what these are and what I look for.
Well, we won't. I can promise you that I want Rochelle to start doing this.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that Chris needs to do this. As a matter of fact, I even mentioned in Rochelle's list of things to do that I expect her to review Google Analytics. And what I want her to do is I want her to place ads in these given markets, and then certain ads, certain places, certain times, certain numbers of ads, and then I want her to go to Google Analytics, have to give her the data for the last 2 days, and see if our referrals from that source picked up. Because I'm looking for cause and effect. If you put more ads on Craigslist and you get more referrals to the website from Craigslist, you're doing the right thing. If you put more ads, you don't get more traffic, the phone doesn't ring more, you don't get more people to the website, stop doing Craigslist. It's a waste of time. So we don't just be out here doing crap just for the heck of it. So I think it's important that they understand just the referral piece, if nothing else.
Okay.
And the other thing is, they can use, like if they decide that their keywords are auto parts or whatever, they can review Google Analytics to understand, and then they use that in their blog postings all month long and in other areas, ads and other things, and at the end of the month they should see more referrals, more people looking them up using those keywords, and better results. And in Rochelle's case, and I won't be shy, Chris, depending on what role Tammy and Keith end up having you do, I won't be shy about telling them that they should be giving you bonuses based on your ability to build traffic in all these mediums. And you know what? If you can't build traffic, then I guess you were the wrong guy for the job. And I haven't discussed it with Tammy prior to this, so and they may not, they may just have you on straight commission and selling. That may be what they want you to do, but these other pieces are important. And if you're going to have to do the other pieces, then you need to be compensated when you do them properly and they yield results.
So we'll just look at a few things here because there's so much information to look at. But so we'll look at the RDS site as an example. You see the graph here will give us the traffic numbers for each of these certain days. So we see 36 visits on March the 16th and so on. By default, it's going to show you the last month of activity, but you can click on this and compare it month over month if you wanted to see if you improved. And so you see now we can see that we improved. We had an increase in visits of nearly 20%, attributed to me, of course. But so let's look at the referrals like Ron was talking about. We'll look at the referrals and the keywords. Let's see. I'll look at more detailed information as opposed to this, I guess. On this first page here, this is your dashboard. It's going to give you a snippet of a bunch of different information. If we scroll down, we hit this pie chart. It breaks these down into referring sites and the percentage of referring sites. Referring site is another website that linked to you and sent users. So that's a referring site. So that could be OLX. If you posted an ad and people came through from OLX, that would be a referring site. Search engines. So that would be somebody typed in a keyword on a search engine and clicked through to your site. And then direct traffic. That is somebody typed in your URL right into their address bar. So the one that we want to focus on specifically would be search engines, and then second one would be referring sites. Referring sites will tell us how well we're doing. Like if we wanted to see how many referrals we're getting from OLX, Craigslist, and so on, it'll tell us there, so we can see an improvement there if our ads are doing better or if we're getting traffic through those. If we see an improvement in search engines, that means we're doing really good with like our blog postings, because we're putting those keywords out there and people are finding it and coming to our site. In this one here, it's going to give you, see, here's a little snippet of the referring sites. We see Craigslist is the #1 referring site by a huge margin. And we see we're decreased 3% month over month from Craigslist. Your second referral would be RDS Investments. There's Fort Worth Weekly, so that's, I guess, Backpage. Dallas Backpage. And you can click on View Report here to get all of the referring sites. OLX, Hazlitt, LoopNet, OfficeSpace, Oodle. And what's kind of cool is if you wanted to look at this in more detail, you could see, you can kind of compare with how some of these sites stack up against each other. So you see the traffic from, let's take this Fort Worth Weekly and Dallas Backpage. You can see Fort Worth Weekly sent us 20 visitors this month, and Dallas Backpage was 14. I wish these headers stayed on here. See, this second column would be pages per visit. What that means is how many pages those people came to the site, how many pages they looked at. You see that Fort Worth Weekly, 7 pages, almost 8 pages, and Backpage was 3 pages. So these people are spending more time on the site, and this what this is here, time on site, 4.5 minutes.
An average.
And then 1.5 minute.
You know that's a better referral source from Fort Worth Weekly versus Backpage.
Right.
Backpage is still giving you people, but Fort Worth Weekly may be giving you a better quality of person.
Exactly. Like this one here, 7 seconds. These people are clicking on it and they're not finding what they're looking for, so they just bounce.
I thought Backpage, Fort Worth Weekly came from Backpage.
Probably. I'm just using it as an example. And then the bounce rate is another thing you want to look at. What bounce rate means is that's a percentage of people who landed on your site and only looked at one page and then they left.
So they looked at the first page and then left.
Right. They didn't navigate at all. So the lower the percentage, the better. That means that they're landing on there and they're probably somebody that found what they're looking for and they're clicking around to check it out. You see 70%, 80%. Those are just people who aren't finding what they're looking for.
And Google must take all that into account when they're putting on the list as well, right?
Yeah, if they see those referring sites and these numbers,
And they see a bounce rate of 10 versus 90.
right? It's what's going to help you is having those backlinks from relevant sites. If it's from if All Import got a backlink from AutoZone. A big ad on AutoZone, and people clicked on that, chances are those people are probably on your site because they're looking for used auto parts. So you're getting a backlink from a relevant source, and that's what you want because it shows your authority to Google because you're getting these backlinks from relevant sources and not just from spam sites that have no relevancy at all to what you do. We can look at search engines. So we look at here, and again, proved 47%. So here's the sources. Google, and again, we're looking month over month. 69, is that what it is? 69% increase. Here's Yahoo, Bing, that's Microsoft's new thing. AOL, Ask. And if you click on this, like if we click on Google, here's all the keywords that people typed in and landed on our site. RDS Real Estate, 1200 Commercial, RDS Investments, Midway, Eden. So this just tells you, again, the keywords people actually typed in and landed on your site, and then it gives you that same information. Pages per visit, average time on site. So you can see that keyword must, if it's a high bounce rate and they're only there for 7 seconds, probably that keyword is just not relevant to what you do. We see that a lot with the insurance websites where someone types in the name of an insurance agent or something, and they land on our site, obviously that's not the page for the agents, they just bounce. So it's not a keyword that's targeted to what we're looking for. So like I said, this has way too much, it's just got so much information, but, for right now what you want to look at is just these referring sites where they're coming from, just to make sure that your OLX listings, your Craigslist listings are sending referrals, and then the keywords that people are typing in.